see me looking closely at your name tag, you may understand why. Well, anyway, we asked you to give us 3 words that describe yourself. And as you might imagine, in a group of students such as yourselves, we saw many things like passionate, ambitious, determined, academic, serious. In fact, those were the words that were most commonly held. And it's no surprise that many of you put them, because you are those things. Some students in this group today, though, also put eccentric, nerdy, book smart, neurotic. One of you self-described as strange, but you're still here, and we didn't hold that against you. Now, one of you said handsome, brilliant, and humble. I've got to talk to one of the staff about it. Well, anyway, we asked, what do you like to do in your leisure time? You know, because you can learn a lot about people by thinking and learning about what they like to do when they're not studying. And actually, we saw a lot of commonality. Some students said that they like to read, play sports, hang out with friends, listen to music, do all those sorts of things that we all like to do. One of you said that you like to spontaneously burst into song. And there was your chance. This one was good too, and it was not the same person that said handsome, brilliant, and humble, but one of you said for your leisure time, you said not applicable. You know, it's also really interesting when we ask students, really smart students like all of you, what's the greatest invention of all time? And again, just like the leisure time, we saw a lot of things that made sense to us. Lots of people talked about the internet, or various examples of mobile phones, iPods, things like that, printing press, written language. You know, some of you really thought about this. One of you said the lightsaber was the greatest invention of all time. We really like that because did you know that the lightsaber was invented by the USC alum? It's true, George Lucas is an alumnus of the university. We went on to ask who your role model was. And this always informs us because very, very, very smart students think alike. And moms and dads, I think, are going to be especially impressed by this because, in fact, it is the case that more than half of the students in this room identified their mother, their father, some relative as a role model. And I think that's very nice, especially considering 17 and 18-year-olds are rarely able to say great things about their parents. But I would also tell you, one of you, I think, perhaps has some ESP or something, because back in late November, early December, when you filled this application out, you said that your role model was not Charlie Sheen. So we like that. Just 2 more. We asked about your favorite foods, and we saw sushi, steak, ice cream, and pizza. And many of those are my favorites too, and that's probably why you got admitted. One of you in the audience said, and I want to get the quote right, anything that has at least 30 grams of carbs, 30 grams of fat. You're going to be really happy tonight at dinner, I can tell you that much. And finally, we asked about dream jobs. What is your dream job? We know that coming to USC, you've got some pretty lofty ambitions, and we saw that in your dream jobs. Many of you aspire to be doctors, aspire to be engineers, scientists, professors, politicians, perhaps just people who can have great impact and change the world. One of you said that your dream job was a USC admission officer. I think that all of us would have said the same thing at 17 or 18. Well, anyway, I just hope that gives you a little bit better better since. I mean, the fact is you clearly are all quite clever and did put a lot of thought into this. Now, I started to go back through your resumes as well, but quite frankly, we're still reading applications, so I couldn't indulge myself. But if you could just indulge me now, I want to see a show of hands. How many of you participate in student government? Okay, pretty good number. Do any of you perform or have performed community service? Okay, that seems to be a common denominator. Now, anybody in debate, academic decathlon, Model United Nations, mock trial, anything like that? Some people's hands are just up all the time, and that's great too. Are there any varsity athletes? So it seems like if you're a varsity athlete who does community service, you're going to get a presidential scholarship. Let's see. How many of you play a musical instrument? Okay, that's a large number. Does anyone play in your high school marching band?
Associate Band Director, and on behalf of the band, I want to welcome you to our wonderful campus, USC.